Hey guys, this is Miss Rodriguez. In this video, we are going to be multiplying decimals, so just make sure you are writing this work down on your paper. All right, so our first step, it says to estimate the product so that you know what is reasonable. So we need to round these numbers, our factors, to the nearest whole number. So we do have 1 and 6/10, and we have 9 and 5/10. So we're going to round to the nearest whole number, and to do that, we're going to use the number behind the decimal, that's the tenths place. So if you remember from elementary school, 5 or more, you raise the score, meaning, that place will go up to the next number, or 4 or less, you let it rest, that means the number stays the same. So looking at 1 and 6/10 or 1.6, that 6 is going to raise the score. It's going to cause that 1 to go to the next digit, which is going to be a 2. Okay. Same thing with 5, because remember, it's 5 or more. So that 5 is going to cause that 9 to raise up to the next digit, which would be a 10. So if either of these numbers were 4 or less, then we would just keep the numbers the way they were, but that wasn't the case here. All right, so now we're going to multiply 2 times 10. 2 times 10 is 20. So our estimated product is 20. Now, this just means that this is reasonable for our answer. It means that when we finally get our answer after we multiply the original factors, it should be around 20. And if it's not, then we probably did something wrong, either in our multiplication or maybe we didn't put the decimal in the right spot. So this is very helpful, and we need to make sure we're doing this every time. All right, so now we're going to actually solve. So we've done step 1. Step 2, rewrite the problem without the decimals and multiply as normal. All right, so the original problem is 1.6 times 9.5. We're not going to write the decimals. We're just going to write it as if it were 16 times 95. And that's easy enough for you guys. So, I mean, this should be easy multiplication. All right, so 5 times 6 is 30. Put my 0, carry my 3. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 3 is 8. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and mark out this number that I carried, and I'm off to my second row. Before you start your second row, you need to put your placeholder, and then you can start your nines. 9 times 6 is 54. Put your 4, carry your 5. 9 times 1 is 9, plus 5 is 14. Okay, notice how I'm lining up my numbers nice and neat. Now I can add. All right, I have 0. It's going to be 12. Carry my 1. That's 5. And then I have a 1. All right, 1,520. But is that reasonable? No, because our original estimation was 20. All right, so now we need to move on to step 3. Step 3 says, after solving for the product, count how many numbers are behind the decimal in the original problem. This is how many numbers must be behind the decimal in the solution. So what we're forgetting to do is put the decimal back. We took the decimal out, but now we have to put the decimal back. And if we do that correctly, then it should be close to 20. So let's do that. So in the original problem, how many numbers behind the decimal in 1.6? All right, well, I see the decimal here, and I see that I have the number 6 here. That's one number behind the decimal. All right, and then I have 9.5. Again, one number behind the decimal again. All together, 1 plus 1 is 2. So that means in my final answer, I must have 2 numbers behind the decimal. Okay, so then we need to place our decimal correctly. This means the decimal should be between the 5 and the 2, so that I have 2 numbers behind my decimal. And then we ask ourselves, is that close to our original estimation? And the answer is, yes, it is. So we have done all 4 steps, and we're good to go. So just make sure that you write this down on your paper and take a picture for your next slide. All right, thank you very much.